Hey all, so we're here back in Legendary 2020 Flight Sim. Tried to do VR in 2024 after I updated to DLSS4 and also added myself into the beta testing, thinking I knew the beta testing wasn't going to do anything with VR. Thought the DLSS4 might, but unfortunately, I couldn't even get it to work at all in 2024. It just stuttered and wouldn't even load up correctly at all. So it looks like it's even worse than it was before. That is for me running a 3080 Pimax Lite, and maybe 40 series, 50 series maybe they might be able to work it okay, but I definitely couldn't get VR to work at all. So I'm back in 2020 to see if anything has improved anywhat. It was okay, smooth enough before the DLSS4. We'll see if it has improved any bit. I'm running at the moment. I am running on in here. Knock controls into general. Graphics running. 1440 is resolution on the screen, but VR we are running. These are TAA. I'm running on TAA and VR. Running mediums. Everything is medium on it. Just because it's 3080s, it's not going to run at high or ultra. So we'll try with the TAA and see what it's like. We'll just do a quick flight around Moorabbin. Then we might come in and switch over to DLSS and see is that any smoother, looking any better. So as we switch over here, I'll put it on pause for a second and switch over to VR. Get all the sound and everything set up. Okay. So here we are in VR. 2020 TAA from Moorabbin. I have to duck down, see can I get... Okay. Can I get everything? Let's get Flow Pro out of the way for a second. So I can see everything fine. All the gauges. The iPhone. So we're here at the normal place. In front of us there in that hangar is normally the rescue helicopter. We're still running the old default version of Moorabbin. I haven't installed the newer version yet. There was a newer version done by, I can't remember what his name was, but we'll take a quick flight up around and we can readjust the headset here. Up around DFO and come back in. So this is working brilliantly in 2020 VR on a 3080 RTX. Everything is, pardon the pun, crystal clear. I can see everything, and as far as I can see, the sim is running smooth as. I'm not going to bother with FPS because I really don't care about FPS as long as the sim is running smooth. So we'll take a quick flight up here, come into a hover and try and not break the helicopter. Head out here and do totally illegal thing probably and head out this way instead of going on to the runway. We'll just head out here towards the DFO. Oop. And we're down. The brilliant thing with VR is you can judge height and distance. Like, you shoot around the buildings and everything here. May look a bit stupid me moving my head, but of course these are all default buildings, completely wrong. But we get a glitch every now and again with the cars, but that's okay. Other than that small little glitch, the sim is running smooth. I'm trying not to move my head too much because I know VR is very not the best thing to record. I'm getting no stutters at all. Again, this is on TAA. So we'll see if DLSS, oh my god, I'll never get that, DLSS4 is any better, but TAA is really nice. Even better than before the in-video update. Now I do understand I'm never going to get the clearest of VR with the Pimax and 3080 because it's designed more for the higher spec graphics cards like the 50 or the 40 series, but this is absolutely brilliant. As I said before, next level up from the HP Riva. I have absolute, how would you say, clarity all over. I can see everything. I'll take a chance here and try and land it on this helipad that actually is in reality. Try not come in too ridiculously quick. I could feel the... Okay, so we're down there. It just makes it so easy to fly a helicopter. VR. And we're up again. Try. And take a quick up the taxiway here. And land back where we took off from. So this is butter smooth. This is no stutter. Clarity is brilliant on it. I can see all the dials. Read all the dials. This is where the helicopters normally are in Moorabbin over here. We normally have the Ericsson crane as well. Water crane is sitting over here normally. We come back and land. So the Ericsson water crane is normally here. There is a lot more hangars here in reality. We'll shoot in here. We'll land back on the second one over there. Bring it in slowly. I can only imagine this is going to be brilliant for landing on raised platforms and everything. Unfortunately, I'll have to wait. Ooh, we're down. I'll have to wait for a while because 2024 is just not VR compatible. Not compatible, VR ready. Unless the 40 series or the 50 series cards are doing it okay. 30 series with a Pimax light. Not working for me anyway. It's definitely not working for me. So we'll jump out and switch to DSL. Oh, for the love of God. DLSS4. We'll switch to that and see is it any better. Like looking here with TAA, I can see all the dials. And I can read all the writing and everything on the console. Like I can read Bell 47J there, checklist. Stick my head in closer. Flight controls, check. Cyclic control stick, centered. And mixture control rich. Okay, it took me a little bit, but we can read all the fuel gauges. Down to the iPhone, departure, arrivals. You can read everything. So it looks pretty good on TAA. As I say, I'll jump out and jump back in, reset to DLSS4 and see if that's any clearer, but I can't see it getting any clearer than this because it is clear already. Okay, so let's go back to the desktop and find the button. Okay, so we're gonna change it to DLSS and see does that make any difference in 2020. It's already in DLSS in performance in the PC. Change to DLSS balanced and see. Not sure whether we have to do a restart. Maybe not. I would have thought we should have to, but possibly not. So if I pause it here and jump back into VR. Okay, so we're going to jump back into VR. And we also need to switch the recording. It goes from screen to VR. We should have, you can see here, continue some music there. So now we're in DLSS4. Let's set the height of the helicopter again. And if I sit down low, which will look stupid and put me looking this way, I need to crouch down to get the head. But I don't see any clarity difference really. Nothing's jumping out at me anymore. That's as clear, it's the same as it was in TAA. Let's take another trip around and see. Do the same pattern again. Around here to the left. Without putting it in the building. Okay, that was a bit of a... Oh, the cars are still jumping a bit. the same clarity. I don't think I'll be switching to DLSS in 2020 unless I can see everything just as clear in TAA. They're getting glitches. I can see glitches. I don't know if they can see them on the screen there. I can see glitches on the car just disappearing. But I can read all of the gauges and everything fine. I can see all the ground. DLSS, yeah. It's just as clear in TAA. And from what everybody tells me, TAA is actually better. You're not doing frame generation or anything. What I would be hoping, and what I would hope everybody's hoping for VR is that 2024 will get this. Again, this is me with the 3080. Any of the guys with the big 40 series or 50 series are probably not worried because everything's probably working okay for them, but the lower 30 series and 20 series, and yes, people will say to me, really, you shouldn't have Pimax light on a 30 series, but I do, and it's working, and it is looking brilliant in 2020. It is looking absolutely stunning. So I'm going to be sticking for VR in 2020 for a while anyways. We take out the sock, windsock. It is so easy to fly a helicopter in VR. It is absolutely the only way to fly a helicopter, I reckon. You can see detail, you can see everything. You can see the whole taxiway and the roughness of it. You can see the signs over there. I'll try and bring it in here, not like a lunatic, and land it back where we took off. But DLSS, I don't see any real improvement over TAA in 2020 anyways. Maybe 2024 whenever it gets working. But as I say, I couldn't get it to work in 2024. I'm coming a bit sideways here. Land it back roughly where we took off. I know we're coming in sideways. Let's try and not damage the helicopter. We can hover it here. So we'll land it here. Ooh. So that was really good. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving. Looking out here, I can see everything perfectly clear. I can see all the gauges perfectly clear. Could do in TAA. So definitely 2020 is VR flying for me on the Pimax and the 3080. Guess the next test will be to load in Melbourne. Let me just jump out of VR here. Switch over to headset mic. So TAA and DLSS4 in 2020 clarity seems to be the exact same for me. Can't see any big difference in performance or anything like that. All I know is that VR is working perfectly well in 2020. Absolutely brilliantly. Even with the low end 3080. I know some people go, that's not a low end card. That's a high. That's, yeah, well, compared to the 40 and the 50 series, it's the low end card, but IMAX Live's working absolutely brilliant with a 3080 Flight Sim 2020. The only thing I can think of next to do is to test it with landing maybe on the helipads in Melbourne. I need to load in Orbix's Melbourne City so that it gives us the helipads in the Yarra and on top of the Vic Pole building, and should be one over. There is one over at the Children's Hospital and the Victorian Women's Hospital as well over that side, and I think it should put in the one at the Alfred Hospital as well, so possibly that's probably next test to do in VR, see how that goes. But for now, 2020 is the place to be for VR and flight sim. So we'll leave it at that, and talk to you all later. As always, if you have any questions or anything, leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. But appreciate a like. It always helps for the algorithm, I think, in YouTube. And if you have come across me, haven't seen it before, hit the subscribe there and it'll notify you of any other videos. Hopefully to help the community out there. But until then, we shall talk to you later. Take it easy and chat to you later. Bye.